Hey guys, what's going on? Now, if you're not watching the best show that's out right now, well, it's been out for a minute, I guess, but if you're not watching this show right now, I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons why you should be watching this show. It is such a magnificent piece of artistry. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I don't understand why anybody hasn't been praising this show like it should be praised. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you people? You know what? Let me just lay it out for you. Let's get to the top 10 reasons why you should be watching Velma. Now, Velma is a show brought to us by the wonderful people and the wonderful brains at HBO Max. That is a different, more modern take on the original show Scooby-Doo. The mystery people that like to run around in their van and expose people for the lies that they are portraying. Now, this show actually brings more truth of what the show should have been, okay? Who cares about that old cartoon from the 30s? That's nonsense. Get out of here with that. We got an actual modern take of what life is really like and how these teenagers would actually go through the process of solving crimes and being more in a realistic world. So, with that in mind, let's start with our first reason. Number one, the characters. Now, let's start with our first title character. Of course, who this show is based off of, our good old Velma. She's getting a modern take of being represented as a brown person of color. Not like my brown skin, because they call us black, but, my skin is brown. But her being brown in the sense of Indian? Mexican?
Are you prejudiced?
Hell no.
I didn't think so.
Not quite sure what she's supposed to be, but it's so innovative. It is so progressive, the way she is portrayed. Now, she does follow her character from the original series, as she's being spunky and spontaneous and always curious about a mystery. She's a true girl of passion who wants to get to the truth, and she will find out the truth as long as the truth is still calling her out. This is just such a wonderful representation, and everyone that is brown should be happy. They should be praising the show because they are being represented. And why are you not? Why are you not? What do you not get? She likes to chase a lead. She likes to get into the meat and the crux of everything that's going on. And I can't say anymore. I'll let her speak for herself.
My name is Velma Dinkley, and this is my origin story. Normally, origin stories are about tall, handsome guys struggling with the burden of being handed even more power. And if they are about girls, it's usually like, hey, what made this hot chick go crazy? I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. It was me, not Fred and his weird sex fan. This is my story, told my way. And it starts with a murder, bitch. The police found my mom's car abandoned and empty, except for her glasses.
And where is his glasses? He can't see without his glasses.
But she is just amazing, just simply amazing. These writers knew exactly what they were doing. Next we get Daphne. Now, they took a little turn here, and instead of her being the, your typical white privileged female, they made her a red-headed Asian because, we see red-headed Asians every day, and they needed to be represented. What do you people not understand about this? You're just stupid if you don't understand how many naturally red-headed Asians are walking around. Oh, wait, she dyed her hair in the show. Nah, it doesn't matter. The representation of natural red-headed Asians needs to be represented, okay? And this show does that. Now, instead of being the typical character she was from the 20s, she's being represented as the popular girl who likes to, have popularity. And that's a good thing because popular girls need to be represented too. That's something that is just not represented enough. We don't have enough TV shows or movies that showcase popular girls. And that's where this show Velma comes in and picks up that slack. And we get our Daphne. Now, she has two mothers, of course, and because of representation, we need that. We need more shows about parents of the same sex having a child. It is not represented enough, Hollywood. Get off your butts. HBO Max is ahead of you on this, and they did a great job with representing what it's like for two parents of the same sex to raise a daughter. And then we get Fred. Fred, instead of the typical representation they had of him from the show from the 40s, he is not the lead guy. He's not the driver. He is where he should be, a privileged white little rich boy male. He is the product of success and fame and fortune, and that's great. That's great. That's how Fred should be portrayed. Not being the guy that was leading everybody into the situation. No, that's just toxic masculinity. He is now portrayed as the coward of the group, and that's where he should be put in his place. Okay? This show is about Velma, all right? It's not about you, Fred. It's about Velma. Brown, not white. And last but not least, we have Norville. Now, they took an interesting turn here. We know this is supposed to be Shaggy, but, Shaggy in the original show from the 80s, his real name was Norville. Then everybody called him Shaggy for whatever reason, I guess because he shagged a lot. But he's portrayed by a black man, even though his skin color is brown. And it's an interesting representation of him because he is not the portrayed slacker stoner, but he has an obsessive love for Velma. And that's a good thing because that's the only way love should be portrayed in media today. People of the similar skin color should only date those that look like them. And that's what this show just knocked out of the park. It nailed it. He's obsessed with the Velma. And Velma is obsessed with Asian Daphne, but it's fine because it's a good thing to show the pursuit of the black man of the brown woman, even though his skin color is brown also. But it's great. It's great. HBO is so progressive. He's not the stoner he used to be. He's actually anti-drug. He is, and that's a good thing. Drugs are bad, okay? Nancy Reagan Bush, one of them said it. Just say no to drugs. All right, just say no. But you know what you need to say yes to? You need to say yes to Velma. Reason number 2, drugs are good. Now, some people might call that a contradictory statement, but I say to those people, fuck you. The show portrays that drugs are actually good, at least in the sense of where it comes to our title character, Velma. I gotta refer to my notes. There's this, where we come in episode 2, we have Velma that is trying to figure out this case that's going on. And her mom's getting the blame, and Fred's getting the blame, and everybody's getting the blame. There's blame kind of everywhere. But she wants to figure out the case, right? So she resorts to go to Daphne, her love interest, for help. And she needs $500 to pursue this case. So Daphne is like, oh, you can come work for me. Now, what are you going to do working for you? Sell some drugs for me. Now, the drugs bring a bond. They bring these two characters closer together, and that's beautiful. It shows that Velma can't sell drugs at all, but she's trying. It shows her pursuit. It shows her resilience. It shows why she is determined to figure out what's going on with this case and help out our dear privileged white boy Fred. And so drugs are the answer. And in the end of it all, well, we get Velma just sucks at selling drugs. I mean, wow, why is that so hard for a person of color? It kind of makes no sense, but it does make sense at the same time. What? Because people of color should not be portrayed as being good drug sellers. That's just racist. But near the end, we find out that Daphne is actually selling her drugs to find her real parents. This shows the amplification of the importance of why drugs are good, because she's doing this for a good reason. And Velma is also doing this for a good reason. And through the usage and sellage of the drugs, Velma gets a hint that, hey, Fred's actually innocent. Oh, so there's your positivity of why drugs are good. And in the end, we get a reconnection between Velma and Daphne. So these two have been brought together by La Dragas. Okay, why do you people not see this? This is beautiful. This is cinema. Martin Scorsese. Reason number 3, women empowerment. Now, we fall into the 3rd episode to where we have Mental Awareness Day. Now, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. This is shining light on the problems of mental health. Now, who else is portraying this in their shows? It sure as hell ain't your Supernaturals or Lost or Dragon Ball Z. No, we got this great show, Velma, that is bringing awareness to mental health. And the way they portray it is so fucking beautiful. They make the girls fight each other, or they have to take self-defense classes to fight. And it's instructed by our 2 same-sex parents of Daphne, and that's a great thing to show how women can be leaders. Now, we get a good scene where Velma actually kills a bitch. This is showing that she is not weak. She's just not a red-headed Asian. She's a killer. She is strong. She is divisive. And Velma makes her way through the little tournament too. But they end up fighting each other. And through their fight, they come together and find each other. Velma tells Daphne that, hey, do you like me? I like you. This is getting emotions in sync with each other. And it's a beautiful thing. Why don't you people understand this? Now, what's empowering in this episode is that Velma does, she takes Daphne's diary and reveals the contents, and the crowd, they don't really like it too much. But it gives our 2 characters here a chance to talk and make up, and all is forgiven. So it shows that through conflict, we can have resolution, and it's a beautiful thing. And Daphne, she comes out satisfied. Great for our strong lead female character. Watch the show. Reason number 4, inner beauty. Now, according to these murders and according to the police, they believe that they need to... That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Subtle.
Mm-hmm. Now, because of these murders that are going on that seem to only be happening to the hot girls, they want to, well, the police and the town people, they want to make a list of the hot girls. So they employ this task upon Velma, showing that, hey, who's the best person for this job? Velma. So she's given the task of creating this list. Now, Fred's been released from jail, and she goes to him for help because he is the privileged, rich white boy who would know something about this. And who better than to have Fred help her with this list? It just makes absolute sense. So through this, trying to find out who's the hot girls, or the popular girls, they want to find their inner beauty and project themselves to show why they are hot. And this is so empowering of women actually coming inside their souls and projecting themselves for the way they want to be seen. This is beautiful chemistry and artistry and everythingistry. It is just great. But while trying to find the hotness within themselves, Velma, our person of rational thought, wants these girls to, not be so hot. Maybe just project yourselves as yourself. So she tries to unhot them. Yeah, it backfires. Yeah, sure, why not? But that's because these girls know their inner beauty. And through actions like this, Fred actually takes interest in Velma. So he wants to hook up with her now because he sees her inner beauty. This is a beautiful thing. But the episode is saved because we have our one female or other female of color who's not as brown as Velma, but more closer to the color of black. Gigi. We have Gigi. She finds her inner self, her inner beauty, her true self, and she becomes the person she should be. This is cinema. Reason number 5, the power of music. Now, because of the things that are going on in town, a curfew has been set for 9 o'clock at night. So there was a sleepover that was supposed to happen for the marching band of which Norville and Velma are part of. So that can't happen now. So Velma decides she's going to host the marching band sleepover. So our musicians come together. And also at this time, side note, we're going to get to in a second here, Gigi and Norville are now dating.
No shit.
Because that's what needs to happen. We have to have more couples of the same color dating each other. That's the way it should be. And in this episode of 5, we get a little insight into maybe what Velma's race actually is.
Velma, give me the chance and I can help you with anything. Except filling in your ethnicity on a form. I'm guessing Samoan?
He's a foreigner. I think he's probably Samoan. It doesn't matter though, does it?
But it doesn't matter, especially to Fred, because he's seen her inner beauty and he wants to court her now. But Velma is still having her obsession over Norville. So Gigi is also at this sleepover and she wants to fight for the love of her man. So her and Velma have a duel, a flute off through the power of music.
I'm a flutist.
Interesting. So am I. If I win, I stay.
And if I win, Norville does whatever I say forever.
Flute! Flute! Flute!
Should we stop them? Devin just unplugged his cochlear implants.
Is there a winner? Is there not a winner? Who knows? It doesn't really matter. It's just the simple fact that two people of color can come together and make beautiful music. Meanwhile, the band is kind of losing their Meanwhile, the band is kind of losing their marbles a little bit because they don't have any food to take their medicine with. So our plucky heroes try to go on a mission to find this food to keep the unity of music together. And successful, unsuccessful attempts, regardless, things get a little hectic. But the marching band does come together in the end to help Velma clean her house up before the parents get home. And that is the beautiful thing about music. It brings us together through all the hard times and lets us help each other to satisfy the goals of the underprivileged people of color. Reason number 6, a father's love. Now, as we see in episode 6, we see Norville is spending some quality time with his dad.
Knock, knock. Norville, can I grab you for a second? I need a hand with some heavy lifting. We're helping your mom's old boyfriend move.
And we also get Daphne finally meeting her real dad and the love that is shown for her. But more importantly, we get Velma trying to bond with her dad more. She has these visions throughout the series as to her feeling guilty because she thinks she's the reason her mom disappeared. And in a sense, she thinks she has daddy issues at the same time. So we get her actually bonding with her father because he's been a little neglected, but that's okay. The important thing is that we are having a representation of that people of color do have fathers in the household. And this is a great message. Thank you, HBO. This is wonderful. This is a positive thing for people of all races, but specifically people who look like me. But they get to spend some quality time together, and it is absolutely beautiful. They even go to, locations to where you typically don't see a father and a daughter, but it's okay because they are bonding as people of color, as a child and father being together. And in the end, it comes down to Velma needing Dad to believe in her, so it can help her with the visions that she's having. And it is just absolutely perfectly executed. I don't understand why you people aren't watching this show. Reason number 7, being who you should be. Now, we get in episode 7, we get the instance and the inference of being who you feel you should be on the inside. And in Velma's case, she thinks she needs to be a man. Well, of course, there's a logical reason because the cops have inferred this rule to go to a Fall Fest carnival or Fog Fest that you have to be accompanied by a male. So, Velma, taking her inner instincts, she wants to just go on her own and be the strong, independent woman that she is. So, she becomes her inner self, a man. And she proceeds to go to said fest and gets more than she expected. The more important thing about this episode, the empowerment, the message that they're sending is that it's okay that if you are a girl and you feel like a man, embrace that feeling. It's okay. Now, thank you, HBO, for standing up for the rights of those who feel they are not comfortable in their sexuality, gender. It's quite fine. This is great. It can lead to great things. But all in all, in the end, the beautiful part of it is being who you feel you should be in the time of need, especially in a time when you definitely need. It can lead to something even greater than what you ever could have imagined. Reason number 8, unity. Now, in this episode, we get a glance into how Daphne and Velma first met, and now they're a unified unit into what has blossomed into a beautiful friendship, possibly a relationship, and it's a beautiful thing. But throughout this show, we get how our characters come together to work for a similar goal. It's the beauty of friendship, even though there were hard times of not being friends, but everybody comes together for a unified goal. And that's a beautiful thing. That's all I got to say about that, really. It's unity. I mean, what did you expect? It's based on Scooby-Doo. Of course they become friends. Reason number 9, determination. Now, as we slide into episode 9, we have Velma stuck in a place to where she's found her mom, and mom's lost her memory. So she has 72 hours before she loses all her memories. So Velma's determined to get to the bottom of this, and she's a go-getter. We know this. We've seen this throughout the whole series. So she works really hard to go and get the evidence of the stepmom and stepmom's baby out of the house, showing how committed that she is to make the house look like the way it was when her mom left. This is true grit. This is true understanding. She even goes as far as to claim stepmommy's baby as her own. I mean, what other character would do something like this, so determined to help her mother? This is beautiful. And although at a point it seems like that all things are lost, and when the 72 hours expire, the mom actually remembers. She remembers who she is. She remembers who this killer was. So therefore, Velma's plan worked. Everything is all good. And meanwhile, we also have Daphne. She's stuck in a predicament to where she's been pushed off by the popular girls. So she's determined to become popular again because standards are fucking standards, all right? So her best option, let me start a fake relationship with Fred. And this charade goes on, and the popular girls take notice, and it seems to work. But we gotta make it more convincing, and through her determination, they fake a kiss. Is it fake though? But they kiss, and the people of the popularity see it, and they believe it, and they buy it. And once again, Daphne is popular once again. Determination shines through. Oh, and Norville takes a little determination to gain Velma's respect by faking a report card for her to get her mom to be happy. Thank you, Shaggy. I mean, Norville. Reason number 10. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, if you haven't got the point by now that you should be watching the show because of all the insightfulness and the determinative things that are being portrayed by these characters as to why they are doing what they're doing, there's just no hope for you, okay? Some people like to call it woke and all that, blah, 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 blah. But this show is not woke, it's awake. It's shining a light upon that which is now. This is the culture, this is the lifestyle which we are living in today, and it needs to be portrayed. And if you just don't get that, I don't understand what your problem is. We can't be friends. Now, usually if this show was that bad, I would want to fight this show, but I don't want to fight this show. I want to give it a big, warm hug and show it how much I love it. The writers of the show, they are just magnifico. They don't drive me to drinking or anything. No, no, no. But more or less make me want to walk to drinking. I want to walk to the drink so I can take my time and absorb everything impactful that this show is really trying to teach me and educate me on about what's going on in real life. This is a great adaptation, a great modern update of what the Scooby-Doo series should be, of what our character Velma should have always been. And it is just magnifico. Okay? It's magnifico. And if you don't get that, then you're just a hater. That's it. You're just a hater. So these are my reasons why you should watch this show. You should watch it. You should record it. You should watch it again. You should fall asleep to it. You should always have this show in your head. And when you experience things in your everyday life, you should keep this show in mind. Now, if you want to see more insightful content like this, go ahead and click like and subscribe. Or you could hit me up on my Cashapp at SirBuff35. I think that's my fucking Cashapp. SirBuff45 to help the cause, to help a brother out. And I can bring you more insightful content like this. Plus, I need a new camera because this one is not quite what I wanted. And more silly decorations like this. But sorry I didn't do a Halloween full month like I usually do. A lot of things going on right now. I think I'm going to be able to do it properly next year. We're going to try to. But thank you all for your support. Thank you, every one of my viewers, every one of my subscribers. You guys don't know how much it means to me. I do have a lot of fun doing this. It's been a while. I apologize. I'm getting back on track. I've just had some things going on here lately, and I'm getting back. I'm coming back. I'm trying to hit that 200 subscriber mark and, see where we can go, man. But hey, thanks for watching. I love you all. Happy Halloween.